It's time for the one and the only show. It can only be the Luke Howard Show, and guess what? It's live. Please welcome Luke Howard. Well, here we are then. It's Friday the 7th of August, and woo, my word, it's only 10 o'clock, and the weather is hot, hot, hot. It's going to be getting up to about 36 degrees today, which is absolutely scorching hot weather if you think about it, because if I think about it, to me it's more than that. And I tell you what else I feel sorry for is the dogs and the pets. I feel sorry for the pets who've got to cope for all this hot weather. But I was watching a TV programme yesterday about how to keep your pets cool at summer. And I'd only just seen it, and it looked really good. I think it wasn't a programme. It was on ITV's this morning. There was a programme on there telling you. There was a bloke on there telling you about how to keep your pets cool this weekend, because all this weekend's going to be scorching hot. And I've got to go out in the scorching hot weather today because I've got to have my eye appointment up in Royston. So, but I'm going to be in the nice cool optician, so I'll be okay. So be prepared. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your pets as well, please. It's not just yourselves, your furry friends. If you've got pets, take care of them, of course. Leave them inside. Of course, the best thing that we do is close all our curtains and keep them inside, so you can do that. If you want to take them out at like 5 o'clock in the morning, because it gets very hot by 7 in the morning, 9 in the morning, something like that. So if you do take the pets out, or whatever you're doing, or if you're very scorching hot, there's lots of tips of how you can keep cool by going online, just putting in, I think it is, how to stay cool this summer. I'm not sure, it's something like that. But, but please look after yourselves today, because it's going to be very, very hot. It's going to be beautiful, crisp blue sky, but it's going to be absolutely boiling. 36 degrees is the highest weather on record, would you believe? On record! That we have actually had this year, but not just this year, for years and years and years. So, and of course, beaches are going to be absolutely packed as well. So if you are going to the seaside today, please do look after yourself. Please do, because it's a very, 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 very busy place as well. There's going to be loads of people there, obviously. So please do look after yourselves if you are going to the seaside. It's going to be packed wherever you go today. So if it's anything to do with the seasides, then yeah. Yesterday, I heard seagulls. Okay, I had seagulls, and I had seagulls because weather was bad out at sea. So if you are going there, like, the weather doesn't sound very great out there at the sea, because I did hear seagulls here yesterday afternoon. So do look after yourselves if you are going to the sea, because the weather doesn't sound very great, because we did hear seagulls we live nowhere near the sea. We're sort of we're down south. Yeah, we're down south. That's what we are. Excuse me, down south. That's where we are. Well, we're about an hour and a half, I think, from the sea. Of course, nearest seaside will be Essex somewhere, I suppose. So, yeah, we're about an hour and a half, I think, from the sea we are. We're about 2 hours, I think. 2 hours? No, we're not. About an hour and a half. It's 2 hours to Norfolk. I know it's 2 hours to Norfolk. So it must be about an hour and a half from the house to the sea, because we're in Hertfordshire. So, Buntingford, Hertfordshire. And that is where the Luke Howard Show is also based as well. And, yeah. Another thing I want to mention is my Auntie Stacey. It's her birthday today. So happy birthday, Stacey. Lots of love. Mwah, 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 mwah. Have a wonderful day, and hope you enjoy your birthday. We love a birthday. We have got the song here, though. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. So happy birthday to you, Auntie Stacey, if you are having a lovely day. I have got the song on here, but I am very good at singing. So I couldn't be able to get the song up. It would take me ages to find it, because every time I play that song on this show, I have to set it up for someone's birthday. I have to set it up, and it takes me ages to set it up. Okay, it takes me ages to set it all up, so I just thought, right, okay, I can't do it because it'd be a long time for me to set it all up. So I just thought I'll just sing it instead. So, happy birthday, Stacey. Happy birthday, Stacey. Happy birthday. There you go. I've sung it now. Woo! So happy birthday to you. Have a lovely day. So, let's talk about what's in the news today, of course. Okay, we have spoken about the hot weather. We've covered that, so we don't really need to talk about it anymore. All I can just say is if you are going anywhere, just protect yourselves. Wear sunscreen, and of course, stay in the shade. Don't get sunburn. And that's all I can really say for that, to be honest. That's all I can really say. Okay, so let's start off then by talking about coronavirus. Again, this is Belgium, Andorra and Belgium's added to the UK quarantine list. Now, people arriving into the UK from Belgium, Belgium's in France, Belgium and Andorra will have to quarantine now for 14 days. My mum's friend, she's now coming over. She's coming over today from Spain. She's got to go and self-isolate at her friends in Norfolk for 2 weeks, and then she's helped me to us after those 2 weeks, because she can't come to us until after those 2 weeks, because my granddad and my nan, of course, because of them, especially my granddad, he suffers from asthma, and we can't get anywhere near him, really. So she's coming over, she's self-isolating at her friends for 2 weeks, and then after those 2 weeks, she's going to be coming over to us, being with us for a couple of weeks, obviously socially distanced, of course. So, so Transport Secretary Grant Shapps, he said the change starts at 4 o'clock this morning on Saturday. 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, Saturday. But this is except in Wales, where it started midnight on Thursday. The countries are the latest to have a change in rules. This is after quarantines were actually reimposed for Spain and Luxembourg. The Foreign Office is also warning against, all but essential travel to the 3 countries. Now, travellers from Brunei and Malaysia arriving in England and Wales will no longer need to self-isolate. Wow, really? Well, I never. So if you are coming from Brunei and Malaysia from today, you haven't got to self-isolate at all. No self-isolating from those places. Well, I never. Okay, after a decrease in confirmed coronavirus cases, the Transport Secretary has previously said that he cannot rule out excuse me no, I have not got coronavirus. I'm just coughing because I've just said something to it and I had to scrabble it down with my throat because I was running very quickly today. That's why I'm coughing. Excuse me for coughing. People who do not self-isolate, though, when required, can be fined of up to £1,000 in England, Wales and Northern Ireland. Now, those returning to Scotland sorry, I haven't got coronavirus. I'm just coughing because of what I just said. Okay, with those returning to Scotland could be fined £480. And we all know that with fines of up to £5,000 for persistent offenders. Sorry. Now, up to 1.8 million British nationals with Belgium every year. This is, 150,000 visits. Andorra, the Bahamas, meanwhile, saw more than 36,000 visits from the UK back in 2018. Now, according to figures on yesterday, which was just gone. Now, I think it had a rate from 49.2 new cases for 100,000 people. This was above the UK's latest rate. I think it's 14.3. Is that right? Yeah, it is. For computation. And its rate was 27.4%. This is actually 27.4 around the time. And it was actually removed from the UK's travel corridor list. Now, last week, Belgium introduced new restrictions, and I know this as well, and it meant that people can only meet the same 5 people outside their household in a month. Would you believe that is a lot? Isn't it? I don't think that is a lot, because that's quite good. That's quite a long time to wait. But meanwhile, Belgium's neighbour France is also seeing a surge in cases as well. Data has showed that we need to remove Andorra, Belgium and the Bahamas from Bahamas, that's where it is, yeah, of the list of COVID-19 travel corridors in order to keep infection rates down. Now, if you arrive in the UK after 4 o'clock tomorrow morning from these destinations, you will need to self-isolate for 14 days. Now, the Scottish Justice Secretary, Hamus Yousaf, she said the governments of the 4 UK nations agreed to the charges based on a shared understanding of this data. Now, Imposing quarantine requirements on those arriving from another country is not a decision made lightly, but this is suppressing the virus and protecting public health remains our priority. Now, the changes are not going to cause quite the same disruption as we all saw when Spain was removed from the expansions list. Now, fewer of Brits head to these destinations. Just a few tens of thousands do go to the Bahamas each year, and it currently has a nationwide lockdown in force. But the change to Belgium's status will have a knock-on effect for people who are planning to go head-to-head to offer European destinations too. Anyone travelling through Belgium will now find that they have to quarantine when they get back. Okay, when they get back, that's when they do have to self-isolate. It's also likely to make things a bit heavy for people who are planning a trip to other more popular holiday destinations where COVID rates have been on the rise. And in all, it does look like the summer gateway is set to stay pretty unpredictable for a while yet. The UK has introduced a compulsory 14-day quarantine for arrivals from overseas back in early June. But the following month, the 4 UK nations unveiled lists of travel corridors. Dozens of countries which were exempt from this rule was including France, Italy and Germany. Now, since then, a few more countries have been added, but Spain and Luxembourg have been removed. It comes as figures were showed that demanded for the Eurotunnel, which took place between the UK and France with their vehicles, okay? And it is recovering to pre-coronavirus levels quicker than air travel. The tunnel's passenger numbers were down 21% in July, which was compared to July last year, whereas the UK's biggest airlines are operating at less than half their capacities last month. Okay, and we'll leave that story there. Right, we're gonna play. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do something different. Okay, we're gonna play a song now, and then when we come back, I want to talk about the boy that was swept out to sea, but thought that he was the end. So we'll talk about that in a moment, right after It's My Life, sung by Talk Talk.